Hi, welcome. This is the Daily Dharma. My name is Dina. Thank you for joining us for the first time or again. Let's go ahead and get right into it today. Stepping into the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle deck, the code cards. Let's see what we're talking about today. I'm not going to let myself get distracted by what's on the bottom of the deck today. Feeling something about streamlining our focus, staying the course. There's something that's possibly been distracting us from our main objective, and we may be becoming lost in details and extraneous sidebars and side notes and all this stuff. I just saw discernment. So yeah, when also in our mental space, when our ability to properly discern resonance and capacity and that streamlining our focus, when do we subtly begin to branch off into judgment versus discernment? Let's see what else we're getting into today. Coherence. That's nice with the discernment idea. We've got coherence is the 13 card. It corresponds with the major arcana, the death card, a scorpionic card, where death creates the exaltation of understanding, that going through the portal of death is the door opening to consciousness and awakening. And this is usually on the symbolic level, the energetic level. You may be coming out of some type of misunderstanding or darkness here, where coherence starts to allow us to witness how, there's that discernment card, how our vibrations resonate or clash with other individuals, and where we can build together and create something more than the sum of our parts in groups or partnerships, or even with our mental space and with spirit. Or are we canceling each other's momentum out? And sometimes that can be for the best as well. So stick with me. Let's get all the messages. Crown chakra, the 7th chakra, located at the top back of the head here. This is talking about our channel, our ability to connect with spirit, cleanse and clear messages. Cleansed and clear space allows for our messages to come through more easily and more coherently in a language we can easily understand. And crown chakra also can be blocked by judgments and beliefs, judgments more pertaining to our throat chakra, but certainly our beliefs are judgments, and our limitations come through our judgments and our beliefs. So are we surpassing expectations in some way? Perception, that often comes out with crown chakra. And we've got coherence, perception, discernment. There's definitely something here about our ability to perceive what's right for us and to stay the course. And we may be trying to, I'm getting the image of someone who's maybe slipped down a gravel hill. This is something that happened to me when I was young on a camping trip. I slid down a hill. I got kind of scratched up, but it wasn't the end of the world. But I'm seeing that gravel slide, and then trying to come back up the hillside is difficult because the rocks continue to be stumbling blocks. They're just little pebbles, but boy, can they get under your feet and destabilize the footing and foundation that you're able to cling to and advance through. So those stumbling blocks here. And how are we perceiving our environment? How are we able to utilize the resources at our disposal, such as like coming out of this hillside? Is there some type of tree or a branch or a vine or some firmer stones that are more sunk into their environment that can be used to create footholds all on the symbolic level, but there's something here about that. Let's keep going. A couple more here. Throat chakra. We talked about the judgments in throat chakra. And dynamic. I like when this card comes out. In the moment here, it's relating back to this coherence card, 13 to the 23. So understanding the dynamics at play. Let's switch that around. I don't know why I'm crisscrossing. So that 10, difference of 10, and you can see the colors, how it goes from this excited spot here into understanding. So there may be a real need to both speak up about our truth in an authentic and full manner with compassion and kindness, of course, unless the situation calls for something a little firmer. Some of us are going to be on the side of the spectrum where we need to learn firmer boundaries and more stand up for ourselves more, while the others will be on the side of overly defensive and needing to become more flexible and stretch to reach across to the other perspectives, perception of perspectives. And with crown chakra, it's like, how far are we willing and able and capable to go to understand the context behind a situation? And this is reminding me of how it applies in my own situation where I don't want to make this too much about myself, but there was something that I was unexpectedly faced with where I had actually screwed up. And I know, we never want to believe that we were the ones that did it. And it can rile up all of these emotions intensely for some about feeling maybe some sense of failure or falling short of the mark, some type of comparison and fear success, wanting to quit. Oh, I'm no good at this. I'm just going to quit at the first opportunity. And I know most of us won't identify with that dramatic response to screwing something up. It's not the end of the world, right? But having it be eclipse time, when we are pushed into a situation, we may be needing to advocate for ourselves and being like, you know what, I'm tired of it, or they won't understand, or whatever is coming up. And so we may want to throw in the towel and walk away from something. But here it's saying that the chaos can be something brought into an awareness, a mutual receptivity here. What's our last code card? Allowance. Look at the green color palette here that's dawning. It's at the center of the coherence card. It's like when we can move through our judgments, our beliefs, and our instability and our rough beginnings perhaps here, then we can tap into the core of that green heart chakra, heart space energy, heart-based understanding, where we can actually begin to witness compassion and empathy in the mirror of others instead of the chaos and controversy and perhaps conflict energy. And so I'm sensing for a lot of us, there's something where if we don't feel judgmental and defensive, especially of self, then it's easier to allow our heart to speak through us without any type of shame or guilt coming up that says, this person won't understand. That's a perception, right? If we can allow the heart to speak up, the frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity rather than assumption, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. So that's possibly quite deep when we're really riled up over something emotionally, but allowing those emotions to kind of bubble up and to speak to us about something about our authenticity and our ability to say what we really mean. In this situation, I became caught up in the moment, the chaotic emotions that arose, those mistruths and misperceptions of myself, my self-judgment in this, and possibly for yourself. So see this in your situation here, where once I allowed those feelings to settle, like the dust to settle, and I asked myself deeply, what is this trying to show me? I was aware that I hadn't even apologized for screwing up in this situation. My apologies, just canceling a notification so it doesn't distract. But there's this a need to recognize that we can complicate a situation just by feeling some type of way about ourselves, even if we're not feeling that way about the other individual. So there's something here about not giving up. I just saw 1111. Ooh, look at what's on the bottom of this new deck. Got through a friend. It's showing the illuminated vocal cords in a beautiful indigo violet type of a hue. And the vibration, the context of the voice, and not stopping short of saying the things that need to be said. In my case, yesterday it came up with the forgiveness card, but for me it was needing to recognize that I wasn't as upset with the situation, the context, the other individuals. I was more upset with the perception that I had perhaps dropped the ball because of having too many balls in the air. Juggling too many things made me forget this one obligation that I had committed to. And so then I had to come back and say what needed to be said. So if there has been something said that created more controversy, conflict, or chaos in a situation, if you're desiring peace of mind, you may need to just say your piece, even if that other individual doesn't come back, even if it's so-called a losing battle. At least your conscience can be made clean by using your voice and your choice to clarify your standing, or to forgive, or to ask for forgiveness. Of course, take your situation with in whatever context. I mean, sometimes there can be some very intense wrongdoing, misjudgments by those involved, but I sense a layer of unconditional love and the urge to clarify and come together, but profound change in the self, the way that we're utilizing our own energy, awareness, and thus using that energy to move forward. This faith card is really pretty. I don't know if there's any Harry Potter fans in the house, but immediately when I looked at this, it looked like the golden snitch. It's like the ball, the item that you need to capture in order to win their game, which is very similar to like soccer or something. But not really, not in the least actually. But anyways, faith to me, it's like there's a lot of distractions in that game. There's these huge items, these big bludgers coming at you, and they'll knock you down. They'll actually create injury. It's like the tacklers in football, American football. And so it can be distracting. There's other individuals. There's also this main ball thing that you have to put through these hoops to get your points. And then there's this points accumulation that goes into the ultimate end of the year goal. And so on some level, it's like there's this perhaps distracting situation afoot, and then there's this main objective. But the points and the game playing here, and the perhaps risk of violence from others, or fear of somebody coming back at you with something, or fearing that black mark on your name, or that you've let some teammate or partner or situation down. I'm also seeing a question mark on this. I don't know if you can see it, kind of starting from the back and trailing down. And some spider energy. It's quite an interesting energy, but it's like showing us that we need to have faith in the use of our creative higher heart capacity to both forgive and to understand that we're already forgiven in some situation. Having faith in the situation and in the context. I don't know why I missed that obligation, but I have to have some type of faith that it was for some type of a reason. I hope I was doing something amazing during that time. I don't know. I guess I dropped the ball, and we all do that from time to time. Okay, from yesterday, we had the fairy magic card coming out, that lost and found in fairyland, that fey realm. It can be distracting, but it can also draw us into a moment of it's like this mixture of self-care, that comfort zone energy. It can be addictions, comfort zones, or even getting lost in a job for 10 years. And then you're like, am I really still, I don't know, answering phones for somebody else's success, type of a thing. When I have all of this creative capacity, I'm filing paperwork, something like that, or flipping burgers, or whatever you might do, It can be a number of things, but fairy magic is almost like the trickster energy that creates something that, no matter how unconscious we are in the moment, we come to our attention, we awaken in the moment, and there's all of this newly imbued magical context that we can now tap into. So I'm getting this change of mind. Perhaps whatever was expanding here, now it's like, now this comfort zone is no longer fulfilling. And then there's this collapsing. It's like, I hope you can see that this X in the middle looks like it's going outward to me and expanding that blue center. But then there's like this shutdown of communication. And then there's this polarity and a push apart. And perhaps something that you were doing, it's like, maybe I missed out on that appointment because I'm recognizing that that isn't necessarily the direction I want to go in. Or maybe there's something else. There's some type of door that now wants to perhaps be closed, and this doesn't always, of course, mean that we're leaving the job, leaving the partner, radical rejuvenation, but it can for some. Change of mind to me is like in that moment, instead of deciding to throw in the towel, there's like this contact moment. And I see this as the ability to kind of clear the throat and speak up with discernment. We've got coherence, throat chakra, and discernment here that are all in that blue hue. And on the bottom of the deck, intuition. It's quite interesting here. Something going down the drain. What's under intuition? Manifest. I saw that on the pre-shuffle. And starseed. Ooh. This to me looks a bit like some kind of alien-esque being. Some type of other dimensional guide or ability to connect, create contact, and to speak. Be careful of the beings that you're making contact with and who you allow to influence your perceptions, beliefs, and the dynamics in your life here. But at the same time, manifestation through intuitive realms. It's like all of these chakra colors here. There's that X there. It's like maybe there was something that we were saved from in some type of a way by creating some type of fairy magic distraction. Maybe we're being shown that we've disconnected from something very based in reality. But I want to go in the other direction here. I want to go in the direction that as our own seed of our star inheritance here, there's an understanding and an awakening of our channel. Some of us are in more advanced states of trusting our channel than others. Some are bringing their channel more online in more of a public way. But here it seems to be on a smaller context as it's awakening. What do I want to pull for clarity? Let's get a couple of this other new deck. The Return of Spirit is the one with the fractal, beautiful kaleidoscope images. And this is my dog in my way, so I can't see what I'm grabbing. Hey, get out of the way. Spirit of the Animal Oracle here. And let's get some totem animals at the bottom of the deck after the pre-shuffle was Ladybug, good luck. You are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. So you're being appreciated here. So if there is some kind of transgression between self or other, there's a lucky intervention here. And I'm not sure how it pertains to this starseed energy awakening within you and this channeling capacity. We've got a couple popping out here. Yesterday we had the feline energy. Some of these may speak to you, to your awareness. We had two popping out. The hawk, one of my personal long-standing totems, has been showing itself to me quite a bit. And the lynx, I'll read these to you. And under the deck, dolphin, play. Perhaps you were playing hard in fairy land realm or in the stars. And you're self-developing, perhaps, developing your channel. And that's maybe the next best step for you is developing this further. Dolphin, play, swim in the happy joy of living, inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom, go with the flow. Lynx, keeper of secrets. You're tapping into some deep wisdom. Take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. Yes, it's this initiation and incubation phase that's really powerful here. And hawk, messenger. Spirit is sending you messages, making contact with you. Focus on priorities and eliminate distractions. You have a bright future. Let yourself ascend to new heights. So yeah, this other obligation may be something that's closing out and it's just coming up to show you overcommitted energy. And when you have so many things juggling, then it's up to us to sort through and prioritize with faith and understanding that, okay, this one might look more solid and gives me that reliable paycheck, for instance, or, keeping the peace, so to speak, seems like the right decision, but it's a lose-lose. If we can't speak authentically, we're going to feel squeezed. We're going to feel judged because we're not bringing ourselves. And why are we not bringing ourselves? There's some type of a way that creating this wisdom and this connection and playing with spiritual gifts with extreme discernment. It says we are protected and aware, highly intuitive, with that coming out several times here. And we're doing some incredible work on the other side of the veil, so to speak. And some of this may have to do with transformation energy, with death and transformation on the physical plane as well. I see Hawk as, I believe it's Isis, and I'm hearing Anubis as well, Hermanubis. This ability with the coherence card to assist other individuals at living and dying well, and to do that work on the other side of the board of the plane is a powerful transformational energy for you. So let's just flip to one of our Kuan Yins. Empress of the Pearl. That is Empress energy. It's the Divine Mother. Oh, I'm sorry, I showed her upper half. Please don't report me. You can see more on Skinamax. Is that still a thing? Empress energy of the Pearl. It's like our transformational energy through the friction of the third dimension, the dirt and the debris that becomes aggravating inside the oyster. It secretes and creates this inner alchemy that compacts and pressurizes and incubates this wisdom in this internal process, and it births a pearl from within its core. And this is the wisdom arising up from your intuition, whether you're masculine or feminine oriented. The Empress energy is the gestation period of birthing our connection with our own alignment with Spirit and Mother Earth all together into one. So I'm going to leave it there. I wish you well on your inner journey and your connections, and wish you very much protection in the astral or whatever realms you're working and playing in hard. And take care of yourself, and check back for other timeless messages as you're inclined. Thanks a lot. Bye.